Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Anuja Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. Union Home Minister Amit Shah slams opposition for violence during CAA protests and misleading the people. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh says India is fully capable of protecting its borders. Director General of Jammu and Kashmir Police Dilbagh Singh calls for intensified search and cordon operations to flush out terrorists from the Kashmir Valley. Fastags to cross the toll plazas can be recharged through BHIM UPI. Last solar eclipse of the decade observed in many parts of India. Lakhs of devotees took holy dip in rivers across the country. Several parts of North India continue to be in the grip of cold wave conditions. Union Home Minister Amit Shah today accused the opposition parties of misleading people on Citizenship Amendment Bill. Speaking after laying down the foundation stone for development of East Delhi hub at Karkarduma, Mr. Shah said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has started a new work culture in the country. The Home Minister said the Prime Minister removed the hurdle of 13 legal procedures and gave ownership to 40 lakh people living in unauthorized colonies in Delhi.
नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार ने तय किया कि सबको अधिकृत कर मालिकाना हक 500 रुपया और 2000 रुपया में दे दिया जाए और ढेर सारे कानून इसके अड़चन में आते थे। मोदी जी ने एक ही कैबिनेट नोट से 13 के 13 कानूनों को साइड पर रखकर ये 40 लाख लोगों को अपने घर का मालिक बनाने का काम किया।
Mr. Shah said after the Sikh riots, there were so many Congress governments, but no inquiry was done. He said the NDA government set up an SIT and today the convicts are behind bars.
सिटीजनशिप अमेंडमेंट बिल पर विपक्षों ने कांग्रेस के नेतृत्व में एक भ्रांति खड़ी। दिल्ली ने बहुत समय के बाद देखा है लोग सड़कों पर आए, दिल्ली की शांति को भंग किया गया। मैं आज बहुत जिम्मेदारी के साथ कहना चाहता हूं, विपक्ष ने दिल्ली को, जनता को गुमराह कर दिल्ली की शांति को भंग किया है।
Mr. Shah said the concept of removing slums with houses was started by this government at the centre. He said a long cycle track is also being planned in Delhi. The added work to beautify banks of Yamuna River is on. Army Chief General Bipin Rawat today criticized the violence during protests over Citizenship Amendment Act CAA, responding to a question on violence after CAA, which was passed by the Parliament. General Rawat said leaders should show right path to the people.
Leaders are not those who lead people in inappropriate directions. As we are witnessing in a large number of university and college students, the way they are leading masses of crowds to carry out arson and violence in our cities and towns. This is not leadership. A leader is one person who leads you in the correct direction.
Speaking to the reporters on the sidelines of a function in New Delhi, General Rawat paid reverence to soldiers who stand steadfast, manning Saltoro Ridge in Siachen and others manning high-altitude positions. Temperatures at these places range between -10 to -45 degrees. The law enforcing agencies in Karnataka has established contact with social media portals to ensure that there is no rumour mongering or incitement on the Citizenship Amendment Act. Mangaluru city, which witnessed violent incidents over CAA, is under control now. However, the City Police Commissioner P.S. Harsh has appealed to the public not to pay heed to the rumours and react to messages on social media. He was reacting to a social media post that showed a list of police officers being rewarded cash prize for acting against the CAA protesters. The National Investigation Agency today carried out searches at the residence of RTI activist and peasant leader Akhil Gogoi. He was arrested by the agency earlier this month. Our correspondent quoting official sources reports Akhil Gogoi's custody was to end tomorrow. He has been booked under various sections of Indian Penal Code and Stringent Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. The activist, who also gives advice to various farmers' organizations, was arrested when Assam was witnessing widespread protests against the Citizenship Amendment Act. The government has said that the whole protest and movement against the Citizenship Amendment Act CAA is being carried out as a propaganda campaign by some anti-social elements and political parties to fulfill their vested interests. It has appealed to all the responsible citizens of the society not to allow their efforts to succeed in breaking the social fabrics of the country. Our correspondent has the details.
The basic premise of the Citizenship Amendment Act is that it has nothing to do with the citizens of India, irrespective of their religion. It is only related to the migrants from 6 minority communities from the neighboring countries who are facing religious persecution there. The amended act grants citizenship to Hindus, Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jain and Parsis from Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh who are living in India before 31st December 2014. Government has said that it is false that a large number of people from these 3 countries will come and access the resources in the country. Besides, any person, irrespective of his or her religion, from any country or any other person facing persecution can apply for seeking Indian citizenship. The Government of India, after considering such applications, grants citizenship, as in the case of Pakistani singer Adnan Sami, who was granted Indian citizenship. With Anand Kumar, Saubhagya, AR News.
The BJP today accused the Congress for spreading lies on National Register of Citizens NRC. Briefing reporters in New Delhi, party spokesperson Sambit Patra said it is Congress which had opened 3 detention centres in Assam. He said the UPA government in 2012 had asked the then Tarun Gogoi-led Assam government to set up detention centres. Mr. Patra said the Prime Minister had said that there is no such detention camp in which Muslims of the country will be placed after NRC, and Congress leader Rahul Gandhi is spreading misinformation on it. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has assured the nation that the security forces are fully capable of protecting India's border. In response to a question regarding the ceasefire violations by Pakistan, he said that the Indian Army is taking every step required to deal with the situation. The Union Minister was talking to reporters on the sidelines of an event in the national capital this morning.
बॉर्डर को लेकर सारे देश को पूरी तरह से आश्वस्त रहना चाहिए, यही मैं कहना चाहूंगा, क्योंकि हमारी सेना इतनी सक्षम है, जो भी आवश्यक होगा वो सब करेगी, ये आश्वस्त रहिए.
The Defence Minister gave away the Raksha Mantri Awards for Excellence in 2019. The awards are given in 8 different categories. It includes improvement in functioning of Cantonment Board and maintaining centres for differently abled children and Swachh Chhavani, Swasth Chhavani. A junior commissioned officer, JCO, of the Indian Army and a civilian woman were killed as Pakistani forces targeted army posts and civilian areas along the line of control in Uri sector of North Kashmir yesterday. Senior Superintendent of Police in Baramulla, Abdul Qayyum, told AIR correspondent that Pakistani forces resorted to heavy mortar shelling in the Haji Pir area of the sector, which was appropriately retaliated by the Indian Army. However, he said a JCO of the Indian Army and a woman of Churanda village got killed. The SSP said that Pakistan forces have again started shelling the army posts and civilian areas this morning. Director General of Jammu and Kashmir Police Dilbagh Singh has called for intensified search and cordon operations. It is aimed to flush out terrorists in Kashmir and collective efforts to tackle any situation, including the subversive activities. His statement came after the Union Home Minister Amit Shah held high-level review of security situation in Jammu and Kashmir with top brass of Home Ministry and J&K. Presiding over a high-level security review meeting at the police control room in Srinagar yesterday, the DGP directed the officers to ensure that law-abiding people are not put to inconvenience during day-to-day activities. He directed the officers that all possible help should be extended to the public as and when required. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. The National Payments Corporation of India, NPCI, today said that customers can recharge Fastags through any BHIM UPI-enabled mobile app. Fastag by the National Electronic Toll Collection NETC has been made mandatory for toll payment in the country from the 15th of this month. NCPI said in a release that recharge facility through BHIM UPI would now give vehicle owners the opportunity to recharge their Fastags on the go and avoid queues at toll plazas. NETC Fastag is a simple-to-use, reloadable tag fixed on the windscreen of a vehicle which enables automatic deduction of toll charges from the prepaid or savings account linked to it while the vehicle is in motion. It is a program designed to meet the electronic tolling needs of the Indian market. A partial solar eclipse was visible in India along with several other countries this morning. This was an annular solar eclipse that happens when the moon covers the sun's center, leaving the sun's visible outer edges to form a ring of fire or annulus around the moon. In Delhi, the partial eclipse began at 8:17 a.m. and ended at 10:56 a.m. The total duration of the eclipse was 2 hours and 39 minutes. This was the last solar eclipse of the decade. Prime Minister Narendra Modi watched the solar eclipse on live stream. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, like many Indians, he was enthusiastic about the solar eclipse. He said, unfortunately, he could not see the sun due to cloud cover, but he did catch glimpses of the eclipse in Kozhikode and other parts on live stream. Devotees took holy dip in rivers and water pools across the country on the occasion of the solar eclipse. Moving on now to our special segment, Year-Ender 2019. The Ministry of Home Affairs has taken the historic step to remove Article 370 and 35A of the Constitution of India and brought Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh at par with other states and union territories. Our correspondent reports that laws of the Union government with respect to education, empowerment of SC, ST and minorities are to be applicable to Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh also.
Government has empowered the National Investigation Agency NIA with extraterritorial jurisdiction for investigation of terrorism-related offences taking place outside India in which Indian property and citizens are victims. The mandate of NIA is expanded by inclusion of new offences including explosive substances, human trafficking, manufacturing, sale of prohibited arms and cyber terrorism. After recent amendment in Unlawful Activities Act, 4 individuals, Maulana Masood Azhar, Hafiz Muhammad Said, Zakirur Rahman Lakhvi and Daud Ibrahim prescribed as terrorists. The districts affected by Naxal violence reduced from 96 in 2010 to 60 in 2018. National Cyber Crime Reporting Portal was also launched as a citizen-centric initiative to facilitate public for reporting of all types of cyber crimes without visiting police station. A long-standing demand of followers of Guru Nanak Dev Ji have been fulfilled with the opening of Gurudwara Kartarpur Sahib in Pakistan through Kartarpur Sahib corridor for the Indian pilgrims. With Dipendra, this is Anand Kumar with the Year-Ender for AIR News Delhi.
Several parts of North India continue to be in the grip of cold wave conditions. The national capital, Delhi, witnessed another chilly morning today with minimum temperature at 5.8 degrees Celsius, 2 notches below normal. Met Office said maximum temperature will hover around 17 degrees Celsius. The city witnessed moderate to dense fog in the morning. Over 25 trains were running late by 2 to 6 hours due to shallow fog in various parts. Humidity level was recorded at 97%. The air quality was recorded in the very poor category with AQI 331 in the morning. In Uttar Pradesh, mercury continues to plummet all over the state due to intense cold wave conditions. Dense fog prevailed at most places in the state, affecting road and rail traffic. Maximum temperature in many districts oscillating between 10 to 16 degrees. Strong winds also added to the chill. A report.
In Bareilly, Meerut, Bijnor, Hardoi and Agra districts, maximum temperature recorded between 10 to 14 degrees affecting normal life. Place in state recording lowest temperature of 6 degrees and maximum 10 degrees which was 10 degrees below normal. In the capital city Lucknow also temperature recorded 3 degrees below normal and it was 5 degrees Celsius. Fog.
And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Union Home Minister Amit Shah slams opposition for violence during CAA protests and misleading the people. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh says India is fully capable of protecting its borders. Director General of Jammu and Kashmir Police Dilbagh saying calls for intensified search and cordon operations to flush out terrorists from the Kashmir Valley. Fastags to cross the toll plazas can be recharged through BHIM UPI. Last solar eclipse of the decade observed in many parts of India. Lakhs of devotees took holy dip in rivers across the country. Several parts of North India continue to be in the grip of cold wave conditions. And with that, we end the Midday News.